Okay, so I want to talk about opening and saving files and combining multiple files together. Because the interface is a little bit different with Blender, it pays to just go over some of these basic things. So to open a file, click on our file menu in the corner here and choose open. And then you'll find listed down the side here links to common folders that you are likely to want to access, such as your desktop, your documents folder. So you go in, find the file that you want, and you'll see blend files are the extension that this .blend is the extension that all Blender files will have by default. So I can see I've got two blend files there, so I'm just going to go ahead. I've got a go-kart, this one, and I'll just go back to open and open the other picture. The other file is this Hobbit character. Okay, so opening's fairly straightforward. Let's say I'm working on a project and I'm in one of the scenes in my movie. I need to have the Hobbit riding the bike around, the Hobbit sitting on the go-kart. So for this we choose the append function. So I go File, Append. So currently I've got my Hobbit blend file open. I want to append the go-kart or attach the go-kart to this document. So File, Append, go back into the folder that has our files. So the Hobbit's already open, the go-kart's the blend file that I want to grab items from, so I click on that. Now Blender lists everything that sits inside that go-kart blend file. So we've got cameras, we've got lights, we've got materials. The main one we want right now though is the object itself. So we click on the object folder here, and what you're actually looking at now, if you think of that go-kart graphic, it's made up of a whole bunch of different basic objects such as toruses, spheres, cylinders, those sorts of things, and you can see them all listed here. So all of these files are actually the separate elements that make up that go-kart. So to bring them all in, I can just drag a box around it all, click on my link or append button here. Okay, so if I zoom in, you can see that the go-kart has indeed been brought in. We've got a scale problem here that the go-kart is a lot smaller than the Hobbit, and obviously it's running through his head as well. So at this point I'm going to want to hit the scale button, scale this up to a more realistic size. Just go to my side view and position the go-kart where we need it. So now we've got two blend files that have been combined into one scene. Okay, so let's say I want to go and save that at this point. We go to File, Save As. Once again we've got access to common folders here. This section here lists the folder that you're currently sitting in and the name of the file. So I'm just going to call this one Hobbit and Kart, and come and hit save. Okay, and I can see my file name listed at the top here, Hobbit and Kart.blend. One more thing I'll quickly mention with saving files, and it's a really good habit to get into. When I go File, Save As, you can see at the moment my file is called Hobbit and Kart.blend. If I tap the plus key on my keyboard, it now says Hobbit and Kart1.blend. If I tap it again, Hobbit and Kart 2, tap it again, Hobbit and Kart 3. It's just a very quick way to incrementally save your files. So should you run into a problem, you can always step back to an earlier version of the file that you've been working on. Blend files, you can see they're fairly small, they're not going to take up a lot of space on your hard drive, so if you get into the habit, every time you save your Blender files, hit the plus key, increment this number, you'll end up with multiple versions of your work, so you can always jump back to an earlier version.